It's all about day number 1, game number 1. Coming up on your screens right now, we have Crowd Pleasers versus Supremacy. North American powerhouse taking on the European Supreme. Can we see some French magic? It happened back in London. Let's take a little bit more of a closer look here at Crowd Pleasers. You will have seen them as Panda Gaming back at Millennial Las Vegas. I see some little high fives get going there. But Mike, North American caster, tell me about one of your teams, brother.
Left to right there, you've got Denoxide, Nated, Straightsig, and Kratos. Now, also to mention, Nated and Kratos, last year they both placed second while on Team Allegiance at the Halo World Championships 2016 finals. You've also got their coach, Showtime. He's been alongside Kratos for quite some time, but let's talk about Nated. Nated has been competing since 2006. This guy has been around for so long, and this guy, I mean, he has so many second place finishes. He's yet to get that first place finish. He's so hungry, and I think this is why he's one of the oldest competitors, and he's still able to play at the top of his game because he's just gunning for the top.
And the one thing to note is that if he wants to match what he got last time, which was $500,000, he has to win this event. Everything on the line. But let's take a quick glance at Supremacy. The French magic. This is what we mentioned earlier, Harry, obviously doing that loser bracket run. For me, more than anything, it really proved that France has what it takes to really play with the big boys at the top of European Halo.
Yeah, completely agreed. From left to right there, you have Fragger, SLG, Solar, and Punisher. These guys, as you said, definitely have the potential to play with the best in the world. That's why they are here. The man I want to talk about the most is the man on your screen right now, SLG. This guy, in my opinion, one of the best snipers in the world. Really looking forward to seeing him play against Royal 2 later on in this group. But if he can hit the kind of shots he hits in the European scene, in my opinion, Supremacy are going to have a great time here at Worlds.
Can I get a prediction really quickly from yourself, sorry, before we get this underway?
For this series, I'm going to say 3-1 Crowd Pleasers. Honestly, entirely depends on this game number 1. I can see Supremacy taking game 1, and if they can take it, in my opinion, they can win this series.
You know, I'm going to have to say the same thing. That sounds about right. If Supremacy can take game 1, I mean, it definitely could maybe change and startle up the Crowd Pleasers.
And as Harry said, it does kind of all come down to the game types and how we're going to be playing this one out. So let's show you guys the series layout at home. What we're kicking things off is going to be Empire Strongholds. Game 2, Eden Team Slayer. Game 3, Colosseum Capture the Flag. Game 4 and 5, if they are needed, the Rig Strongholds and Plaza Slayer. Harry, Empire Strongholds, you said game number 1 was extremely important here for Supremacy. How do you think this will fare for them?
I think this is one of their stronger game types, and this is probably one of the best game ones they could have hoped to get in this series. Obviously, going up against a very loud Crowd Pleasers team, if they can shut them down early, get some early aggression, early control on the board, and just completely shut down the Crowd Pleasers team, in my opinion, they can definitely take this game.
So here we go then, guys. Tweet the stream, use the hashtag HaloWC. We got Halo action all weekend long, baby. This is game 1. Supremacy taking on Crowd Pleasers. TriCast as well, gentlemen. Looking forward to this one, Mike.
This is going to be a good one, and look at this. You've got 3 down for SY, but Punisher's able to pick up the overshield, but he'll get hit by that plasma pistol, so we're not going to see an immediate push, but I really like what Crowd Pleasers did. They put all their focus into getting that bottom middle pit stronghold, and that's the one you want to focus on the entire game. So right off the bat, they're already getting some points on the board.
Looking across there, Nady just trying to keep alive. He's got no shields, but he's just moving and rotating around the fans. Solar will poke out, but you can see there from the sneaky on that right-hand corner, he does have him help and support. One person, ground pound town comes in, Kratos cleans it up, Solar will go down. Kill feed, 1, 2. Members of Crowd Pleasers are falling, but Supremacy, Harry, they've got to lock this down, they've got to make something happen quick, because fair enough, it's still early process of the game, but once this starts to get out of control and those points get high on the board, they're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I was about to say we might just see Supremacy grab this pit control purely based on the fact they got the turbine control, but a big win there from Denoxide. He's going to get the pit back essentially for his team. Supremacy, I'm not sure whether they'll overextend for this. Try and contest maybe if they can get Denoxide out. They are actually contesting as well, but it looks like Crowd Pleasers just stealing that one away. It looks like they could go for blue base here as well to maintain control, but you can see there some of the Supremacy players actually coming in to try and retake the pit, and they do so as well.
What a good push out of CP, and then answered back by Supremacy. Normally, you don't see too much back and forth action with the pit stronghold. You normally see one team just really gain control of that and hold that for a good portion of the game, but they're not able to to hold this for more than 20 seconds. This is going back and forth, so both teams are making crucial and good pushes together and not making any useless pushes where one or two players may die and then they have to completely reset right off the bat on that first push. These teams are making that correct move.
SLG will sit down straight sick. The Noxide coming around with the DMR just anchoring on here. One person does come up behind him. Unfortunately, that's going to be SLG, who does have no shield. The call out will come in though. Look at that support. The crowd pleasers. They just run dominant and move down and just kind of box him into this corner. The pushing him round does go in to seal the deal on the kill. Spins around on a pinhead. One-on-one battle here going. Oh, will he get in? No, he will not. Double kill. Huge thing coming out of Denoxide. That's going to be overshield burnt Mike.
What a play by CP. Denoxide able to finish off SLG right before that overshield started to generate on SLG, but now Denoxide in control of outside. But look at this right now. You've got Supremacy holding both bases. Now you'll see Crowd Pleasers able to get control of red base, but I mean, Supremacy is really spread out. Crowd Pleasers does have the lead right now, but it's not like they're in complete control. You do see a few players from Crowd Pleasers move back, but one player does stay behind to watch that pit, so they're able to keep these two strongholds at bay.
I mean, I've got to say, it felt like Crowd Pleasers, they were kind of locked into the base there. I saw 3 players on the player outlines, and I was kind of hoping that from there we would see, you know, Supremacy push forward, try and make an advancement on pit, but instead 2 of them, they just kind of went one-on-one with the guys over in the red base. They are taking it back slowly but surely. Nady comes in to try and get the stop. He does not. One person turns around. It's going to be Solar to at least give a hand from outside fans as one player on his team does survive. Move over to Solar's POV now. One-on-one with the Noxide. Does get stuck on the leg. Unfortunately, the suicide doesn't work as he tries to run into the Noxide. He will live to tell the story another day. Nady goes down also. This is the story of Empire Strongholds. I'm like so messy. Yeah,
if you're not able to match up the aggression from the other team, you are just going to get caught off spawn and not be able to do much. We saw Supremacy get a nice flank over towards the red base, but as they did that, they lost the blue base. So they've got to make sure to keep a player or 2 behind them, so they're able to pick up 2 strongholds. They're not putting any focus towards bottom middle pit, and that's honestly what they did right off the bat at the start of the game. They were doing a great job. They need to start doing that again.
Yeah, both power-ups coming up soon as well, so keep an eye on that one. You can see at the moment Supremacy with the turbine control. Bit of a misplay right there from Strike6. Couldn't quite get the plasma pistol shot off, so we'll stay around the players who are around the turbine at the moment with the overshield coming up. Obviously a very important power-up to grab that one. Total control right here for Crowd Pleasers, but that is entirely because Solar sacrificed the control for this overshield, but a great stick once again there from Naded, burning that overshield. So now it's going to be, again, control here for Crowd Pleasers.
Yeah, I think the triple cap has just kind of put the nail in the coffin there, but, you know, I will stand corrected happily because the amount of times we can see this game type become rubber band and teams win even down at the 99-point mark. We do see Blue Bend almost being taken control. If Brett, no, he cannot. That's going to be Solar cleaned up with a double kill as Dan and Naded will drop down. Move over to Solar's POV at the moment. He seems to be doing a lot more work than kind of what I expected, and this is what I wanted because Solar took the hell of a long time to warm up back at Gfinity. If he can come out of the stocks, and we mentioned this earlier on when we're talking about these games, if he can come out strong early, then Supremacy, they've got a damn good shot at this event.
Yeah, we've got 1-2 down for just a moment from Crowd Pleasers. Supremacy able to get some control here at bottom mid, but look at this. 2 go down at bottom mid. The other 2 guys, that's Punisher and Fragger, need to do everything they can to stay alive. Yes, they're going to lose that base, but it's better to keep control of that pit right now and get control of the red base, and they do exactly just that. But all focus needs to be put here at bottom middle pit. 2 go down for CP, 3 down for CP. Straight6 is the only one, so a big play from the entire team of Supremacy.
I think it was a great effort, though, from Straight6. He knew that he was the only person alive, and he did stay alive. Took down 1 to stop any advancement. Otherwise, that would have been a triple cap he would have had to be dealing with on his own. And look at this. He stayed alive from being 3 down in his team. He's now rotated outside on the fans. And potentially, if we don't see Punisher get this kill, it could be... He's going for the one-on-one. Oh, my. Straight6 with the clutch kill. Takes the... Oh, that shouldn't have happened. That should not have happened.
No, Straight Sick was able to sneak behind them, but you got to get a trade right there. If you're going in for the melee like that, you've got to be able to pick up the trade. They've got the trip cap here now on Crowd Pleasers, and now this looks like it's pretty much going to be the end of the game here. I mean, they've just completely had all control of that pit throughout most of the game and just kept up the pressure. Look at this. You see them get control of this base, and look, the other two players, they're already putting pressure on the players that are spawning. So these guys on Supremacy, they're not even able to move off spawn, and that's going to be it.
GG. We will see Crowd Pleasers take game number 1 in fantastic form as well. We'll take a look at the Carnage report in a second and to see if, you know, it really felt like they were struggling to get a footing. I mean, Straight Sick, we have to give a big shout out to him. 8 stronghold captures, 21 kills.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Most kills in the game, most captures in the game as well. Really standout performance from Straight Sick right there. And all round, we saw just the 5 kills on Fragger. He was one of the players I actually wanted to highlight before the game. On the Supremacy side, he really doesn't have that many consistent performances, right? It seems to be with Fragger most of the time. He's either putting up really great numbers and having a great slaying performance, or he's really having a bad game. So if he can be a bit more consistent, then maybe they can have a bit more success against these North American lineups. But so far, it looks like it's going to be all Crowd Pleasers in this series. Supremacy are going to have to turn it around in game 2.
Do you know what's even better?
Go on.
Got him in my fantasy team.
What, Straight Sick?
Fantasy, I knew he'd do it. I just knew it. I just thought he's going to go huge this event.
How many European players do you have in your fantasy team?
Uh-oh.
How many?
Uh-oh.
Hold on. How many?
None.
Sorry?
None.
None.
Sorry.
None.
Don't throw me under the spotlight,
None.
man. That's
No.
well out of order. You can't just lob me under. How many have you got? Don't give me crap if you haven't got any either. How many have you got?
I'm a mix. I got everybody.
Really?
Give over.
Come on.
Give over.
No, you got to go Jimbo. You got to go Jimbo.
Yeah. I'm looking for. You know what? I think
Jimbo.
Jim's got quite a lot to prove this event. Obviously, I'm glad you brought it up because I know we're sidetracking from a different game. We are moving into game number 2, but Jimbo, he's got to try and at least match what they did previously because, you know, the Epsilon, they managed to take out C9 back at 2016. He's got a point to prove. Can Fabi do it? Less about them, though. More about this European team right now. Harry, what kind of went wrong for them apart from Straight Sick just going absolutely mental?
Well, Straight Sick had a great game, but one thing that was happening for Supremacy is that they were doing really good job of just getting the turbine control, then getting the pit. It was keeping the strongholds. I don't think they really expected the constant pressure from the North American lineup, and as a result, Crowd Pleasers were able to just constantly take back the strongholds, and as a result, they won the game.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of nailed it on the top right there with Crowd Pleasers just putting up so much pressure on these guys. I mean, they were just in their face, off spawn. These guys couldn't move. Like, I mean, Crowd Pleasers, that's their play style, though. And once they get into that rhythm, they are deadly, and you do not want to be on the receiving end there.
Well, game number 2 is locked and loaded. We're moving into an Eden Team Slayer. 75% of people over on Beam, they think Crowd Pleasers will win this. So 25%, you know, Supremacy. I'm still
That's
saying
pretty good. That's 1 in 4, right?
You saying there's a chance?
There's a chance.
I'm still saying there's a chance. Game 2 is live. We are on the POV of Naded, last year's MVP, looking to do the same this time round. Fair enough. I'm already hearing. I mean, this is the one thing about this Crowd Pleasers roster, right? How loud and proud, and how much do they thrive off of the hype mic?
You know what? I'm sorry to cut in here, boys, but I've just seen SLG has the snipe.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm glad you did this.
I'd throw that out there.
This is now we're about. Oh,
Right.
well, that didn't last very long. And you know what? That's kind of the story of North American teams, right? Because we've seen time and time again, when Fabi went to America and played at Las Vegas, every single time we saw, you know, Foxy go for the sniper rifle, he was shut down immediately. The aggression out of North American rosters just to completely turn a map around is what the European players have to live up to. At the moment, they've got a lead, but they need to be careful. Denoxide, a very nasty sniper rifle in his own right, is starting to revolve around the map. If they give him the freedom here, Mike, to just roam, and it could really escalate rather quickly. However, if they do single him out and take the sniper rifle back, they could start to run away with this.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Supremacy right now, you want to keep up the pressure because, I mean, right now, Crowd Pleasers doesn't have a setup perfect for the sniper, and they're making a great push, but look at that, a triple kill from StraightSick. Looking for that over. He knows this player's over here. I believe he did get the call out. Does have a player calling him out on death screen as well. Backs up, not going to be able to get the kill, but he does have Kratos right there to finish it off. So regardless, that was a huge play out of StraightSick, and now you've got Denoxide back again with that sniper rifle.
Not really seen anyone do any major damage with this weapon yet. There's plenty of bullets in the chamber. Let's see what Dan can do. And oh, that's a random splinter nade finds a target. Solar will drop. Punisher also down in the kill feed, takes out Naded. And here we go then, Denoxide up on top. Cat spins around. If he'd have hit that, my God, that would have been incredible.
Trying to get a little flashy there. I think maybe could have played a little bit more passive there and just stayed alive, jumping up, kind of exposing himself. What a rocket by SLG. And then look at that in your kill feed. Fragger with the sniper now as well. So Supremacy's going to take the lead by 2, finds a player off spawn. And let's see if Supremacy's going to be able to get this sniper back to blue base. And look at this. He's heading right for blue attic. This is where you want your sniper to be. You've got your team set up over by the turbine. You've got a player kind of hanging out here at top catwalk and by tower, and you're going to be able to just free roam snipe all over this map. So a lot of players here by turbine. He's got to be able to get some sight lines over there. And look at this. It looks like we're going to see an entire rotation potentially.
Yeah, oh, look at the angle. Oh, now he's giving himself away, so he needs to move, and he needs to move quick. Scopes in, there's one, hits a second, there's the double as well. Advancing the lead here, 17 to 14. Needs to be careful of the one person creeping around top window though, Harry.
Yeah, one thing I will say is, look at this. Fragger, in the last game, he had 5 kills. He's already on a spree right here, and it looks like the new snipers just come up as well. So if another member, it's actually going to be SLG to pick up the snipe here for Supremacy. They have a 4-kill lead, 2 snipes in their possession. This is a really, really nice start of the game here for Supremacy. If they can keep this up, get the next rocket launcher, which is coming up in around 40 seconds time, they're going to be in a great spot to win this game.
Speaking of great spots, I absolutely... Oh, well, that was Curse of the Caster. I'm going to say I absolutely love Solar's position, but unfortunately the mortar strike does come in, gets taken down by that Hydra and just wiped off the map.
You got to watch out for Native with that Hydra. He's one of the players that is like absolutely just keen on using this weapon. Not many players know how to use this weapon, but he is one of the guys, I mean, he will punish you if you just are in the wrong spot, if you expose yourself a little bit too much.
But down he goes, trying to make a good use of it. He was a bit of a nuisance, so finally we see SLG with the sniper rifle, 25 to 18. Great lead here for these guys. 8 minutes remaining on the clock. Remember, if you are tuning in, tweet the stream, use the hashtag HaloWC. You are currently tuned into ESL_Halo. We do have a lot going on over on the A stream. Also, double kill comes in for Solar. He's heard the call out for the triple. He is got a bit of a choke and a bit aggressive there. I would like to have seen him hang back. You know, they knew exactly where he was. They were looking at the radar. SLG, though, between a rock and a hard place. Where does he go from here? He's completely boxed.
One, looking at, although SLG did go down, just looking at Supremacy right now, they are, look at this, Rockets, Sniper. Every time we're switching to a new guy here on Supremacy, they are controlling the power weapons. Now we'll see Naded on the other side get a sniper rifle, but for the most part, Supremacy has done a pretty good job at holding the blue side. We're slowly starting to see crowd pleasers make their way over there. You see Naded kind of hanging out right here, but they've got to make sure they hang back because they got to watch for these spawns here that could happen in blue attic, and Naded knows that is a possibility. But his teammate's going to spawn there, force the spawns over all the way over on the other side of the map. So now crowd pleasers a little bit of an advantage, but they're still down by 5 kills, so they'll want to take it slow and try and pick up a few kills here. Only 2 snipes left in the sniper as well, so.
Well, that's what you need to do. If you find
Native will find the face.
Turn 6 down to 5. Nice little deficit here. For Supremacy, at least they've got the lead, so they can kind of hang back. Oh, will take a bullet. Unfortunately, doesn't find its target. Harry, what are you seeing, though, across the board?
Yeah, considering this is a 6-kill game right now, make it a 7-kill. I'm so impressed with Supremacy in this game so far. Key moment in the game is going to come up in the next 20 seconds. 6-minute mark in the game, the new rockets come up, as does the new sniper rifle. So it's going to be interesting to see which team prioritizes the rockets, which team prioritizes the sniper. Do they send 2 and 2? What happens there? That's going to be a key moment in the game, in my opinion. And crowd pleasers right now, they're down by 5. They need to make a play on this somehow.
Yeah, it looks like Crowd Pleasers is set up to get that sniper, but over on the other side, you've got Supremacy set up to get the rockets. Kratos kind of on the prowl right here, trying to play it sneaky. That's going to be one rocket not doing any damage. That's completely wasted. And then we've got Sniper, I believe new Sniper in the hands of Naded now. So they're in a prime position, back where we just saw Team Supremacy moments ago with the Sniper here, taking some faces. Now Naded's in position, and I mean, this is one of the guys you don't want to have the sniper rifle.
Now, I'm surprised he's dove out there, to be honest with you. Fair enough, there's some support. That's going to be coming out of Straight Stick, SMG in hand. But the Brute PR has done its damage. He's forced to push back. I'm looking to see if he's got some support on the radar. I believe he does. Someone's out in the open as well. But look at Supremacy. They're just really trying to advance down. Box Naded in. He's going to go hit the floor there as he gets tagged up. Finally, he will be. Punisher picks up a perfect kill as well. Now the sniper rifle can move into the hands of Supremacy. But look at this play. I absolutely love it. SLG's got no shield. He calls for some help. Punisher pushes forward, picks up the DMR, hovers for a second. Now to the advance onto the Dark side. The jump's going to come out a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Windy.
What a push by Punisher. Definitely some whirlwinds from both sides, but Punisher coming out on top there. And like you said, those two players making a great push together over towards the blue side here. And look, a player just charging off on his own right into this. That's 2 down for CP. Crowd Pleasers is falling apart right now, just charging one by one. Now they're trapped in tower, and you've got Solar with the sniper. I mean, you can't escape out of here right now. There's one player, I believe, that spawned all the way at red, so we'll see if he's able to make a sneaky play. But look at this. You've got a few players here from Supremacy just on the prowl towards tower.
20 seconds till the next rocket launcher comes up, so both teams are going to start team fighting around this turbine area. But the problem for Crowd Pleasers is they're already down by 6. Supremacy only needing 7 kills to win the game now. They can't afford to lose the team fight for this turbine. So it's about whether or not Supremacy chooses to fight for this, or whether they just let Crowd Pleasers try and make a play on the rockets. Looks like SLG is going to be a man to try and contest this.
I'm just watching stuff that's going on across the map as well. At the moment, it just seems to be Punisher and Fragger that are just really rotating around the tower area. As you can see there, Solar and SLG working together just to lock down blue. Here comes Kratos though. There's the man who can break this setup. It's this guy. 4 bullets to play with. That's 4 easy kills for him. He could really easily break Supremacy in half, but gets tanked up, so he's going to have to keep his head down.
He's got to be careful of those angles that he is just going in the perfect sight of that sniper rifle. I mean, that is a classic spot where players are getting taken down from a sniper. So Kratos, he's got to take the low route. He's got to play sneaky. He's got to have one of his teammates potentially just be that distraction and allow him to sneak up behind these guys at blue. But you do not want to put yourself out in the open like that. Rockets, here we go. Kratos making the charge. They go trade for trade. This is Crowd Pleasers' chance. They got to make a push. Straight Stick, he's moving up. He does find a player with the rockets. That's going to be Punisher going down. New snipers up as well. This is going to be the push that Crowd Pleasers need to capitalize on.
Fair enough, he did go down, but he's done the job. He's broke the setup, and now Straight Stick's here just on cleanup duty. BR and SMG in the back pocket doing all kinds of damage, but down he goes. It's going to be a one-on-one trade there. In comes Kratos again with the rockets, though. Finds one. Second player's downstairs. Can he get it? No, he cannot, as the ground pound comes in, hits down Fragger, but they only need one more kill here for Supremacy. They're going to bag a point on the board. This is amazing work for Supremacy. I mean, it's not over yet. You've got Kratos over here. Loads of ammo in that sniper rifle. He just needs to stay alive and take face for face.
This feels very weird, though, keeping the sniper over here at tower. I guess you are trying to play a little bit more sneaky and wait for these rockets. I guess you know what? He is going to do that exactly. Try and get off a snipe kill here. We only have about 2 minutes left, though, and Crowd Pleasers cannot give up a single death here. So let's see if Kratos is going to be able to pick up any kill here as they bait these rockets. And it looks like Supremacy may have a feeling that's exactly what he's doing. So they're not even giving him the opportunity to get that snipe kill.
I'm just looking across the board at what's happening. Here comes the push, misses the bullets, so now they're going to bag rockets. Does need to be careful, though. There's a creepy player, Harry.
That was so smart from Supremacy. 2 players peeking for the rockets at the same time just confused Kratos right there. So clever, so intricate. They get the rockets. That's surely the game.
Kratos and Crowd Pleasers need to play very passive and not get picked off by this rocket player. Because, I mean, even a long-range rocket, at this point, if you get spotted and picked out, right there, you almost saw a rocket come in. I believe that was a rocket. Maybe it was a grenade, but at any moment, you could get taken down.
I mean, I see what he's trying to do, but he does keep jumping out and he does keep getting tagged a little bit. So they know exactly where he is, but you know what I mean? They only need one minute. They've got 1 minute. I mean, they could just sit here. They can turtle and happily let crowd please. I'm glad you've gone on Punisher's POV, because if he finds Kratos... I'm
so surprised Kratos has stayed in this same spot while he's been called out and seen for so long. Punisher is just going to slowly make his creep, but look at Kratos, you'll see in the outline.
There it is. Supremacy.
Let's go, EU.
French Magic.
Let's go.
Taking one map away from crowd pleasers.
I'm not biased.
Is this a sign of things to come?
I'm not biased at all.
Not biased at all.
Wow. No. Kratos, 7 and 14. That's a -7 spread. 17 kills again out of straight sick. He's really impressed me so far. Fragger, the man from Supremacy last game, had a woeful performance on Empire Strongholds. 17 and 10 for him. That's a +7.
And I think it's fair to say we have copped for this before on Sonny's POV. You know, Fragger is that player that has a tendency to absolutely do appallingly and then one game just go nuts. 7.6 KD, 2.4k damage, couple of reversals, and a nice triple kill in the bag. I mean, they're the kind of statistics you want to be putting up on a game of Team Slayer.
You know what's pretty crazy about that game in particular? Eden Slayer is usually a game type where you see the team with the more power weapon kills come out on top. Both teams had 7 power weapon kills, so it was actually Supremacy that was winning the team fights around the power weapons. They didn't really get that much output out of the power weapon control that they had. They were just winning the team fights and shutting down the crowd pleasers players when they had the power weapons, which is honestly very impressive from a European squad. We don't really tend to see that. Usually when you see a European win on an international stage, it's usually because they get a lot of power weapon kills. They get a lot of map control out of the kills they get with the power weapons. But that wasn't the case here. They were just straight up winning team fights, which is going to be promising for them going forward. They take a game. It's all tied up.
Yeah, I think at the start they definitely had that power weapon control, but there were moments, like you called out, like it was a smart play for them to not go for those rockets right away, to make Kratos just kind of hang out there and just make him think maybe nobody is coming in for these rockets, and they both come into his screen and he can't figure out which person he's going to shoot, and he's getting pulled to the left, getting pulled to the right, and doesn't know what to do. It
was so smart. It was so intricate as well. Like, those are the tiny, tiny little details that these teams at the World Championships have been drilling, right? You're going to see a lot of smart plays from every single team at this tournament like that. I mean, I just thought that was, in my opinion, one of my favorite moments of that match. Just seeing Supremacy wisely, knowing they had Turbine locked down, knowing there was a sniper going to be scoping at that power weapon in particular, knowing that they said, hey, you know what, let's just give it 20 seconds, see if they make a push for this. If they do, let's win the team fight. If they don't, we'll peak at the same time and get the power weapon easy.
Well, we do know that crowd pleasers, they feed off energy, they feed off hype. Supremacy have taken a gain off them, and they kind of says, you know what, if we can take one, hell, we can take this series. Let's show you guys at home how this series has been playing out so far. We're back on even grounds. Crowd pleasers taking game number 1, Empire Strongholds, 100 points to 34. Game 2, though, went in the way of the Europeans. Eden Slayer, 42 to 50. French Magic, but the question is, can it continue? We're moving into capture the flag on Colosseum. There's a sniper rifle in play, there's rockets in play, there's everything in play and everything to play for. Crowd pleasers, North American team, they want to answer back here. They want to put the nail in the coffin for Supremacy and say, you know what, boys, no more playing games here. We're the better team, we're the better roster. We're coming out of pool play and moving to that winner bracket.
And look at this already. That's going to be three down for crowd pleasers, and this could potentially be a flag push here into the base already. But we've got SLG with the sniper looking to get a pick kill here, almost going down. Will narrowly stay alive, so a big move by him. And look on your kill feed, that's 2 down again. And look, that flag is going to be moving. They've got to get this guy out from their base here at this corner. They're able to do that, and that flag's going to go down in the courtyard, though. So that looks like it will be returned, but nonetheless, a great push there off the start for Supremacy.
Punisher, I'm just seeing at the moment, Punisher and Fragger 2-2-2 every single time. The Slates at the moment are well and truly in the pocket of Supremacy, and now we have SLG in his favourite place, just hard scoping in on just outside of the cape, and he needs to rotate back because the flag is being moved. That's going to be crowd pleasers taking it down the side of Rocket Bridge.
Seems like so far this series we've been seeing SLG kind of whiffing a few snipes, right? And the European team, we really don't see him miss that much. The flag is currently on the move here for Crowd Pleasers, but they are 3 down. And Solar still with rockets, SLG still with the snipe. But the big question about SLG at this event for me was, can he still hit the shots that he hits on the European stage? You can see right here, these are shots he usually doesn't miss in the European scene. So I just wonder whether or not the fast-paced American playstyle is just getting to SLG right here. He's yet to hit a bullet with this snipe, I don't think.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate, but now is the time to do it as Fragger is running this first flag in. He's getting tagged up from behind, though, and he hits it! He hits him in the back of the skull, takes him down, the flag's there, but the round now gives them time of Crowd Pleasers to get in the base and try and get a counter pull. One goes down, looking at that radar. Several members of though, that's Kratos is going to land the back grenade.
About to be 3!
Triple kill from Punisher, the flag saved. There's only one more player alive, and that's going to be Straight-Sick round the corner. They do take up 2, they put it in the back of the net. Supremacy, Mike, 1-0 up.
What a play by Supremacy. The French team is staying strong here right now. They are not giving up. What a play by them, but they've got to hold back Crowd Pleasers. Look at this, all 4 down from Supremacy. Crowd Pleasers is answering back right now. Kratos is running the flag to top rockets. There is no one in sight. Everyone from Supremacy is spawning all the way back at their base, and this game is going to be tied up 1-1.
Just as quickly as that, as you mentioned, Mike, the dominance of Supremacy is, oh, Whiffy Rocket finally does get a kill, and here comes the second pull as well. The North American aggression is real right now. Slay, 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 pull, pull, pull. Here we go, boys, down through Maze. Bounces that one up. Let's see what route he opts to take. More than likely just going to throw this one off of the corner, and there you have it. We'll try and get the bump thrust in. Doesn't matter, and all of a sudden, it's 2-1. What a turn of events here for Crowd Pleasers.
Yeah, what a play. I mean, they just answered back to back, getting both of those flags. And look, it doesn't look like they're letting up. And actually, Supremacy is able to get 2 down, but even though they got 2 down, Naded is in perfect position to run this flag, and now he's going to take the attention of the guys of Supremacy, and they got to focus on that bottom middle flag run. So his teammates here, Naded's teammates, are going to be able to keep that flag moving. That flag may be going in here in just a moment, and this game may be over here in any second. You've got SLG getting that flag toss. That's 3 down for Supremacy, but that is going to be it with back-to-back-to-back flag caps here from Crowd Pleasers. They take game number 3.
I have never seen 3 flag caps that quickly capped consecutively. There was, once that train started, there was no stopping it. Good God.
That was a crazy game. 4 minutes. Under 4 minutes that game was.
That's
4
mental.
caps, 4 minutes. That was madness right there. Looking at the stats, top Slayer in the game was actually Punisher, but top Slayer on the CP side is going to be the Not side. Crowd Pleasers coming out with the win in that one. So impressive. Seemed like all 3 of their flag runs, right? No, excuse me. 2 of their flag runs actually went to the elbow side, which in Europe is something we don't really see a lot. But this was the big play of the game, in my opinion. The triple to stop the return and get the touch was absolutely huge. But Crowd Pleasers just showing their aggression, and again, the fast-paced North American playstyle really coming into play there on Coliseum.
Well, we saw Supremacy at the start of the match. I mean, they had a great push for Sniper. They had a great push off the bat to get SLG with the snipe. They had the flag moving just a little bit. And then they were picking up the slays, picking up that triple kill, picking up a lot of crucial slays. But it's like they stopped right when they got that flag cap. It's like they just hit a brick wall. They stopped doing what they were doing. Or Crowd Pleasers, they just like kicked it into high gear and absolutely changed what they were doing, because to see back-to-back-to-back flag caps like that right after you see a big play out of Supremacy, I mean, it's kind of unheard of right there.
I mean, you know, you poke the bear, you get the claws. Simple as that. Supremacy did an awesome job, as you mentioned, to get that triple kill and secure that initial flag. But then it was like, okay, boys, it's time to stop going easy. Let's show them really what North America is made of. And then all of a sudden, Crowd Pleasers, they opened up in full force, back-to-back-to-back flag caps. And the bigger question for me is, what does that do to the mentality of Supremacy when one of your players, like you mentioned, Punisher, is going off, when the team is getting the slays and is doing an awesome job, and then you take the lead and then you just get slapped around like that? It's just tiny mistakes that kind of lead to faults like that. And it's how, you know, you've got Talik in the back. This is a player who's been playing since 2006, a legendary French champion. It's what he's got to say to his team to push away from that loss, shake it off. What do we do moving forward?
Yeah, and we saw the shot of the Supremacy boys on screen just for a moment there. Didn't look like they were speaking too much there, right? I mean, that's not something you want to see after a loss. You want to be communicating still. You know, you're still in this series. If you take this next game, you can force a Game 5. Speaking of which, Game 5 will be Plaza Slayer if we need it, but Rigged Strongholds is a game type, in my opinion. North Americans play this absolutely perfectly, so I could see this really being a 3-1 here for CP, which, if it's the case, Mike, our prediction would be spot on. So I'm kind of almost hoping Crowd Pleasers takes this now, so we look a little bit clever.
All right, well, we're getting into it. Strongholds on the rig. There you see it. You've got Railgun on the map. Players are going to be battling over for that weapon because that can do some serious damage, pick up some quick and fast kills. But Supremacy off the rip, they're headed straight for the camo and straight for the Railgun, but you're going to see a player from Crowd Pleasers sneak away with the camo. Nice little flank here by Punisher to pick up a kill, and no control here yet in the basement. Both teams have one stronghold, the Railgun and camo, in the hands of StraightSick. This is now a very deadly combo. That's one down for Supremacy, about to be two down, and we are about to see some serious control here from Crowd Pleasers as they pick up this basement.
They absolutely should not have allowed him to stay alive there. He managed to get away with his life, run up onto the back rail, hide away with the camo, and now he's just rumping wildly with that railgun. But I am being informed we do have a Crowd Pleasers listening ready. So let's dive on in with Astro Gaming and have a listen to see what the CP boys have to say.
That was rail. Watch rail. Top rail, two of them, top rail, two of them. I'm looking top rail now, going top snipe, weak. One shot maze. One shot maze. Maze. Punch him. I got him. On the BR, guys, somewhere. Did you get that rail? No. Top tower going, top side weak. I'll get you one. That might be pushing me. He's on white corner. Jumping up in cat. Jesus Christ. I got him, I got two. In basement again. I'm close to the stop there. One carbine, damn. One carbine, don't tell. I got BR, nice. Yeah, made that. I got one. You should be able to stun this. And in BR. One shot, cat. One shot, bottom nest. Got two. Bottom nest. Hiding SMG. Still there. One shot. He's one shot. I got killed from left. I just lost scatter, bro. Nest bridge weak. Punisher. One shot bottom nest. And in nest. I died in nest right now. Activating Nero. Nice. Nest ramp. Going in nest. Two of them. They're barely capping. Railgun. We play this? I'm trying to play this. You said there was two, Corey? Yeah, there was another one. Guys. Camo and 10. Two in BR. I'm trying to live out. White all. Camo's about to be up. Camo, guys. Camo. 48. Overlook. Watch out. Overlook. Side 12 weak. I got snipe one. Alright, so E2. Both Kino, guys. I died. Rail's down. I don't know where it went. I'm gonna die. Rail might have fell off the map, guys. Bottom nest. Yeah, three of BR. Under platform, guys. You have camo, right? Base door. It's on pulses. Bridge right now. Pulses. Base right now, one shot, Punisher. I got one. I have an 8 on nest. What's that nest for? One shot in nest. Solar. I'm gonna die. I got one. Basement, they're in basement now. No, find us. Go. One shot at BR. Nice. Scatter down, guys. You're dead. We can stop this. Try to push basement. I'm going basement window as well. Already carbine. Hostiles captured basement.
So there you have it then, Crowd Pleasers, the communication's there, and at the moment it's definitely the power weapon control, scar shot, railgun, camo. Every time we see it, everything, it's just in the hands of the CP members, and fair enough, we do see a little bit of life out of Supremacy now with the trip cap. But honestly, that's going to be short-lived. I'm looking across at Nest, and I believe that may have just gone back. No, it hasn't. I will say, yes, it has indeed. I'm telling lies. There we have it, 56-10. The time just keeps on ticking. And honestly, with this power weapon control, Mike, I just feel like Supremacy, they just cannot get any map control or weapon control whatsoever. Yeah, it's just feeling like they are just getting stuck back at the bunker. And now you're just seeing CP actually push up all the way and get control of that bunker now. So you're going to see the spawns here from Supremacy kind of scattered all over the map, and they're not going to be able to get too much control.
Yeah, I like what you touched upon, Sims. Like the power weapon control, definitely in favor of the Crowd Pleasers at the moment. Wouldn't be surprised to see when we check the post-game Carnage report after this game, the power weapon kills definitely going to be in favor of CP. That's going to be 3 down yet again on the Supremacy side, and if Solar goes down right here, I'm pretty sure that's going to be game.
Supremacy's not even really able to even get a trade. They're going 2-3 down without even getting one player down on the side of Crowd Pleasers. They've at least got to pick up some trades here. Denoxide finally goes down with that railgun, and we'll see Solar get control of this, but I don't want to say it's a little too late. There's always a chance in Stronghold. So that's going to be 2 down for CP, but Supremacy really need to focus on holding this basement. Holding the basement, holding nest, or holding basement, and just keeping these guys spawning back into that far corner of the bunker. Now you're seeing them push up. I don't know if I like this play too much because they've all filtered away from basement, and they may be losing this now. They have a trip cap. I could be wrong, but let's see if Solar's going to be able to do something here with this railgun.
Yeah, there's 2 of them here, and we're all about going clutch there, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3 members of Supremacy. Their bodies hit the floor. That's the 4th. All 4 down, and you kind of called it out, Mike. You know, they were pushing the triple cap rather aggressively, but they was not watching the rail spawn whatsoever. CP spawned there, and they just flooded, absolutely flooded basement, took it back. And I think that kind of sealed the fate, to be honest with you. Now we see Naded and Darkside working one-on-one. Dan goes around the corner, beats down Punisher, and I think we just watch the time tick away. Fair enough. And it kind of, the one thing that changed the game, and you know, we alluded to it earlier on, when Harry spoke about it, when they managed to get the railgun, when they managed to get the railgun, Supremacy did manage to start putting points on the board, which they are doing again. However, CP, they only need 4 more, so Supremacy, Mike, they've got a lot of work to do here.
Yeah, they definitely got some serious work to do. I think they've got to be able to just hang back, and it's going to be a long road. It's going to be a long journey to make that comeback, but you can't force a fast comeback by trying to get the trip cap over and over and over again, because that's when you're just going to keep going down. Look, you see 2 down from Supremacy. SLG's going to fall. Almost picks up a crazy clutch kill, but this here, right here, this is a perfect setup for Supremacy. They can keep pressure on these guys over by that bunker, but they can't overextend and just keep having 2 players on their team drop down, because then crowd pleasers, that's when they're going to capitalize. Denoxide now with the railgun, talking about how they have the power weapons in their control the entire game. It seems like they've just had camo and railgun, but Denoxide's going to go down, and there is a little bit of life here. We're at 50 to 96 now, but Kratos has camo, and let's see if they're going to be able to make a good push with this.
The one thing that's really annoying here for me is that this feels like, I mean, again, this is the thing about Strongholds, right? It can be super, super rubber band, and comebacks like this have been made before, and we could probably see it again, but I feel like this may be a little bit too late. You know, they're doing really well now. If they'd done this at the start of the game, then maybe things could have been a little bit different. 1, 2 players, this will be a huge double. SLG reads it perfectly. He's going to move out of the way. Grenades coming in thick and fast. There's another one, and down he will go as well. As I believe we may even potentially be seeing the triple cap being pushed, but what an awesome job from Naded and Denoxide. They read that like a book, both teams, both players even working together. And here comes the basement push. Here comes the nail in the coffin. CP can end it right here if they can take back basement.
They're able to get in. No way.
Oh my word.
They are crawling back into this right now.
How are they still in this game? That's crazy. I was about to say, that is the biggest team fight, in my opinion, for Supremacy. They had to win that one, and they did. They keep control of the basement. Now if they can get their kills, they can maybe push this triple, but as they go 2 down, they have to get a slay right here. Otherwise, Denoxide's easily going to get this nest.
They got to pick up this trade here at BR base, and they got to stop Kratos right now. Doesn't look like anybody can stop Kratos. They're able to pick up BR base, and can they get this reset here on basement? No, but they're still controlling. Oh, actually, there you're going to see CP get 2.
There you have it then.
It's going to be it.
GGCP. I mean, that's kind of what's annoyed me slightly, because Supremacy at the end, they played almost perfect Halo. 79 to 100. That, for me, isn't a bad loss. A loss is always bad, but to go down in the series like that and to almost even get the comeback on a team like Crowd Pleasers, absolutely incredible stuff. We'll bring you the post-Carnage report in just a second to show you once again an absolute beast of a player in the form of Straight Sick Harry.
Yeah.
So, welcome back to the desk, and we have a very special guest, Mr. Naded, Brett Leonard.
Dude, good having you, man. Congrats on the
lead across. First game over and done then. Win on the board. How are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. You know, it was a nice little warm-up for us. You know, we knew those guys weren't going to be pushovers or anything like that. And, you know, and they were actually a lot better than we thought they were going to be. At least I did. You know, I thought we were going to 3-0 them, but they actually took a game and made some of the games pretty close. So, you know, maybe some other, you know, foreign teams will maybe even win a match this week.
In terms of North American and European Halo, I mean, even from when you started competing back in 2006, there's always been that massive skill difference. Personally, I think we're definitely at the closest point now. For you, what do you think European teams, like you've just played them now, what are the small mistakes that stop them from really stepping it up to that top 6, top 4, do you think?
I'm not really sure. Maybe it's just like, not playing against North American players a lot. They're not, they don't really know like, what we do, or just they can't get on that level because they don't play against people on that level that much. So maybe that's it. If they played more against, maybe they should just move to North America.
Why not?
Get better.
Do you think, looking at the Strongholds game type on the rig, you guys were up by quite a bit, and it seemed like maybe they adapted a little bit towards the end of that match and changed things up, but from our perspective, they were kind of putting a little bit too much pressure on you guys and playing overly aggressive. Did you feel that like in the game in the early start?
Yeah, they definitely were trying to put pressure, which is definitely good sometimes, but I mean, this game's all about weapon control, like the railgun scatter shot were going back and forth when they got the weapons, they started getting control. So that's even what happened in game 2. Eden Slayer, they got sniper and rockets, and it's hard to do anything. So this is what the game's about, and if they did a good job. I mean, they almost came back on us in that game 4. So.
It's a really quick question then coming in from the community, so you guys can tweet in. Obviously, we'll be doing this all weekend long. Any questions, tweet the players, tweet in, use the hashtag HaloWC. This one's coming from Cool Handed. Is competing at this level as easy as it always has been, or is this a real grind nowadays?
It's easy, man. You see it now. It's not. It's actually really stressful. It's really hard. I mean, we were just talking about yesterday how, I've came back from being on, a bottom tier team, worked my way back to the top, and it's honestly really hard to do that. Like, not many people can say they've done that as many times as me, and just working your way back up to a top team. It takes a lot of work, a lot of time, grinding every day at home. Yeah, it's definitely not easy, man.
You always seem to find the right players too, and you build these younger players. Like, you've been on so many different rosters. Like, how hard is it to find that right player, or to find a right set of players to put together a team?
It's definitely tough because, you can go with the standard, like, we'll team with names, or like well-known names, or you can go take a risk and try somebody brand new, which, not a lot of people do, honestly. So, just, I don't know, it's just about playing together and, finding who has the best chemistry and stuff like that. And personally, I'm a fan of trying out new things and trying out new players, but I know a lot of other pros, they kind of like stick with their big names, type of players and stuff like that. But yeah, man, there's a lot of good new.
It's always awesome following you because you have that epic story. Like you were just saying, you kind of sometimes take a hit and you may even bounce out of the top 8, but then you come back swinging that next tournament, like guns blazing. You guys place 4th at Vegas, and it's amazing to see. Like, you don't let anything really get to you mentally. You don't let it just shut you down, give up. You are always just fighting back, and that's one of the coolest things I think about just you as a player. Like, you always give it your all, and just watching you guys come in with that intensity, like, that's what you are known for. Whatever team you go to, that becomes team intensity pretty much. You guys bring the hype.
Yep.
So we're getting the next game underway, which is going to be London Conspiracy versus Luminosity. But, Brett, I kind of just want to pull you on something really before we do move on to this. Obviously, your team, it's always been met with controversy, and there's always a lot going on, and you kind of said this back at Vegas, nobody believed you and things like that. And all this that you see online and everything else, how does it affect you as a team? Do you just feed off of it?
What do you mean, like all the talk
all the
and stuff
different
like
talk
that?
and all the different controversy.
Yeah,
Does it just give you ammunition?
Yeah, definitely, especially like Kratos. Somebody like Kratos, he loves that type of stuff. He definitely feeds off it. I mean, we all do. We all want to prove everyone wrong, and people doubt on us and stuff, but maybe not anymore since we proved ourselves, last event. But yeah, I mean, definitely is fuel for the fire for sure.
Usually I'd come to the point and say, well, who's going to win this? Obviously, you guys want to win this, but you count yourself out there. Who do you think is, next to yourselves, the best team here, and who's the team that you need to take down to take this title?
I mean, I think Optic. I mean, that's who we're playing next in pool play, and honestly, we got to beat them. I mean, if we don't, I don't know, it's going to be a much tougher road. I mean, if we're going to get 2nd seed in our pool, probably going to have to play Envy first round or something like that. And, it's definitely tough coming out of the losers bracket into the finals. It's never fun, having to win 2 series in the finals. So our goal was to stay in the winners bracket this tournament, and, probably Optic or Envy. We're going to have to be one of those teams to probably stay in the winners bracket. So either one of them for sure.
Well, Best of luck. We are going to be moving on, guys. We're going to take a very, very short break, but we are getting Battle of the Elves going on in the background. It's going to be London Conspiracy, excuse me, taking on Luminosity Gaming. When we return, another TriCast, boys. We'll see you soon.